Next up, we have Danielle Sullivan, founder of the 43 Days Initiative.
Good afternoon, distinguished members of the delegation. I'm truly humbled to be able to share my story with you and hope that by hearing it, you're empowered to help adult rape victims throughout the state of Florida. I'm the founder, chief cook, and bottle washer of the 43-Day Initiative. I'm not a lobbyist, a nonprofit, or a corporation. I'm simply a wife and mother with the knowledge of a high school civics class, and Schoolhouse Rocks I'm Just a Bill as my formal education in the legislative process, but I am learning. I would first like to congratulate you and the rest of your colleagues for recent legislation changes in making great strides in the area of sex crimes and the rights of child victims. There is one area, however, that has gone relatively unchanged since at least as far back as 1997, and that's the statute of limitations as it relates to sexual battery on persons 16 and over. The 43-Day Initiative came about through my experience of being a rape victim. In February of 2010, I was raped during a business trip. Like 60% of all rapes, I chose not to report my assault to law enforcement for various reasons. Mine included issues relating to my employment and the fact that the authority of jurisdiction was over 125 miles away. I decided to forget and move on, but that would not happen. For over 3 years, I suffered with severe depression, debilitating anxiety. My marriage and personal relationships were on the verge of collapse. Then one day I found myself laying in a ladies' restroom floor, crying uncontrollably, having a massive panic attack. That's when I finally recognized that I needed to get some help. I saw a psychiatrist who put me on several medications, a mental health therapist 2 times a week. I attended weekly group meetings and specialized workshops at the Victim Service Center of Central Florida. Healing encompassed my life for over a year. It was then that I finally realized that the rape was not my fault. I should not be ashamed of myself, and I was worthy of the support and the love of my family and friends. I decided to report the crime to the Orange County Sheriff's Department, but soon learned I was 43 days past my statute of limitations and was unable to prosecute. This is how my 43-Day Initiative was born. I threw myself into research and quickly found out that Florida ranked 48th out of 50 states in length of the statute of limitations for sexual battery at only 4 years. This appalling statistic was my call to action, and I haven't stopped building and driving the 43-Day Initiative since. Every rape victim has suffered a horrible trauma, and it should be our priority as Floridians to ensure that each victim is given the opportunity to heal and to seek justice. But how? To fix this problem is very simple and requires only minimal changes to the existing statute 775.15. I'm pleased to announce that I do have a sponsor for my bill, Representative Placencia, as well as commitments from several co-sponsors. From what I understand, the bill should be filed this week with the draft language provided to you in your packets. My hope is that I can get this bill passed this session. Then in the future, other victims will be able to seek the justice that I was never afforded. Thank you for your time, and I'd be happy to answer any questions you may have.
Thank you, Ms. Sullivan. Senator Thompson, you're recognized.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. First, let me congratulate you and thank you for your courage in coming forward. Given the attention that has recently been given to Bill Cosby and that situation, what would you propose the statute of limitations be? If 4 years is not adequate, what would you recommend?
Well, 1/3 of the states now have an unlimited statute of limitations, with an additional 1/3 having 10 years or over. My ultimate mission would be to have an unlimited statute of limitations, but I think at this point it would probably be wise to get 10 years passed. That should give ample time for some people to start some healing, but I do think it should eventually be unlimited.
Representative Placencia, you're recognized for a question or comment.
I'd just like to make a comment. If you look in your packet, you'll see that of the 50 states, 18 have no statute of limitations, and 25, actually 32 out of the 50 have 10 years or more for statute of limitations.
Representative Weissnagel, you're recognized.
Representative Placencia answered the question. Thank you.
Okay. Members, any other questions? Thank you, Ms. Sullivan, for coming in your brave testimony. We
Thank you
appreciate
very
you being here.
much. I appreciate it.